this could be a new format for this channel moving forward, rather than the endless editing just for a 5 to 8 minute video. Like anything from 3 to 6 hours worth of editing with the narration and everything else that goes into intensive videos like that, which is a shame because I like to, let's say, have a portfolio, yeah, for me to look back on in about 10 to 20 years and see the type of work that I did. But making these types of videos, it might be better for people that's new to the channel, so I can just pull out 4 or 5 images, say, and just speak on those intensively rather than just rushing through, pointing out certain things with about 30 images or something, yeah. They might even be longer, so some of you might even prefer it like this, but I can't just carry on like that, with the amount of views that I get sometimes, and the support, really. That's not asking for anything, it's just seeing reality for what it is. If that's the way it is, then that's what we're doing here, okay, that's all. And then secondly is the last video, which is this is a follow-on to. I said that the site, the Sage Wall, I thought it was in Russia, but that's exactly what I said. I said I thought it was in Russia. Some two commenters pointed out how it's actually in Georgia, right? Thank you. But Matt, you pointed it out in a way that you thought that I'd made an error, just like you did about 10 videos ago. I don't know what your problem is, because when you first came to the channel, I would being fine with you. I was actually spending time replying to you. Something happened. I don't care what happened. But look, it's still dry.
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Anyway, when it comes to mud-packed walls and clay, even cob, which I will show here, it might have seemed like I knew what I was talking about to some degree when I put out all the videos on the dolmens. I only had like an idea. It was just I could tell what I was looking at. I knew, what I was looking at. Yes, I've got experience in the building game, but I'd never done mud-filled walls before. So it's something new that I'm getting into, and I will do a lot more research on it, and maybe in the future I might be able to put something together with some real evidence, more than what I was putting out before. But I just want to show you this if you've got the time, because in the last video when I said that the wall just looked like, well, you could see where every single piece joined up perfectly. It was not dry stone walling, and not only that, even you could look across the wall and see newly formed cracks. But as it started to harden, because over time you can see, because the wall that I showed you in the last video where I was saying that some people will think that it was dry stone walling, I told you to look across the wall and you could see where every single piece, whether large or small, joined up perfectly. And not only that, even the cracks, which for some reason when it hardens, well, they won't carry on cracking, they will always be there, but you can imagine how if it would have carried on cracking, even those would join up perfectly. All right, now how this stuff eventually forms into mud rock, well, obviously it's done by pressure and heat, and maybe just some mineralization. I don't think I'm going to be around long enough to fully figure it out, but I've got an idea, because the stuff that I'll show you at the end in Malta, why people call these megalithic blocks, and how some people would think about dragging this stuff around when it would just crumble away all over the place without even being intelligent enough to just use the materials that they've got back on the ranch, mud and clay and thatch, straw. it's just pointless. These people weren't stupid, and you can just tell just by looking at these sites, especially in Malta.